Hey guys, this is page 7, number 10. Does the equation below have one solution, no solution, or infinitely many solutions? So we have 4, and then parentheses, negative x minus 1 equals negative 4 equals negative x. Show your work, explain your answer. So in order to be able to do this, remember, we're going to go over what one solution, no solution, infinitely many solutions look like. So let's go over no solution. So no solution means that you get something like 7 equals 8. Okay, you get an unequal relationship. This is no solution. Or you might get something where we get 4x plus 7 equals 4x minus 8. Okay, so look what happened here is I have 4 times the number plus 7 equals 4 times the number minus 8. There's no number that I can plug in that are going to make both those sides the same. So then once again, that's a no solution. The other one is infinitely many solutions, means you get something like 2 equals 2. Okay, so this is true. So that means there are infinitely many solutions. Or you might get 2x plus 5 equals 2x plus 5. Okay, or it could present itself like 2x plus 5 equals 5 plus 2x. Both of those, same thing, both sides. This is another infinitely many solutions case. So all the other cases, you get like 2x equals 10, you can solve, and this would give me one solution, right? X equals 5. There's only one solution that makes this true. Or you could have 3x plus 2 equals 2x, okay? This is solvable. The x's are different on either side. So what you're gonna do for this one is you're gonna go ahead and distribute this 4, make both sides look the same, and then compare and get one of these 3 scenarios. Number 11. Tina thinks that the equation has no solution. Her work is shown below. Okay, so what you want to do with this is go ahead and you're going to check every step. So you're going to go ahead and distribute this 9 to both of those terms, and you're going to see if this step matches up with this step. And so it looks like they did a minus 3 on each side. So this going down looks okay. 1/3 of 9 is 3. 2/3 of 9 is 6x. So you check this and that's okay, right? Then we subtract 3 from each side. And so 3 minus 3, that gives us just a 6x. So that's okay. And that gives us just a 6x. And so when we subtract from both sides, look what we get. They're saying this is no solution, but the work looks okay, and I get 0 equals 0. So think about what we talked about previously, and then explain your answer why this is either no solution, infinite solution, or one solution based off what we talked about on number 10. Number 12, the equation below has a number missing. What integer makes the equation true for all values of x? Show your work. Okay, so what you want to do with this one is you want to make both sides look the same, right? And so let's go ahead and distribute this. So I get negative 6 times x, which is negative 6x. Negative 6 times 5, that's negative 30. And so on this side, I have 3 times something minus 2x. So now, in order to get true for all values, right, we want something like 4x plus 10 equals 4x plus 10. And so we need to create the same thing on both sides. And so if I distribute this 3 here, that gives me my negative 6x. So that's checked off. So you need to think of what number you're going to put in here to give you negative 30, and then that'll be the same thing on both sides. So you got to figure that out. What number are you going to put here to get negative 30, and then you'll have the same thing on both sides. If a different integer is used, what can you predict about the number of solutions of the equation? Explain your reasoning. Okay, so before, remember, we tried to pick that number that would make infinite solutions, right? So hopefully you got that number. Now, if you use a different number, so if you pick any other number, right, you're going to have negative 6x minus 30 equals some number minus 6x. So what's going to happen to your 6x's? Well, if you add 6x on both sides, right, they're going to cancel. And you're going to get negative 30 equals, well, any other number besides the number you figured out in the previous problem is going to give you something else. And so you're going to get negative 30 equals some other number than negative 30. And so I need you to think about what's going to happen with this and then answer that question. Page 7, number 1. Jeremy has 245 stamps. Jonas has 35 fewer stamps than Jeremy has. How many stamps does Jonas have? Okay, so just think about what 35 fewer would mean. Are you going to add or are you going to subtract? Number 2, Harry buys 1/4 pound of American cheese at a cost of X dollars per pound. If he pays $12.25 for 2.5 pounds of American cheese, what is the cost per pound? Okay, so this is a pretty simple problem, okay? First, you need to figure out what the cost per pound is. So you're going to take that $12.25 and you're going to divide that by 2.5. And that's going to give you your answer for the cost per pound. That's it. Number 3, Charlie has a $30 smoothie gift card. Each time he uses the card to buy a smoothie, $2 is deducted from his card. If the balance on his card is 12, how many smoothies has he purchased with the card? Okay, so you don't want to use the 12 because that's what's remaining. You have to think about how much he spent to get to 12, right? So you need to do a little bit of math and figure out what the difference of 30 and 12 is, and then divide that by 2, and that should get you your answer. Number 4, Manesh and Beth are using leather to make bracelets. Manesh has Y inches of leather. Beth has 7 more inches of leather than Manesh has. They have a combination total of 77 inches of leather. What is the value of Y? Okay, so you have one person that has Y inches, and the other is Y plus 7, right? So this is Manesh, and then this is Beth. And then that equals 77. So what you can do if you are solving for Y, right? What the first thing you're going to do is do Y plus Y. So 1Y plus 1Y is 2Y plus 7 equals 77. Then from here, you should be able to solve this. So remember, you want to deal with this plus 7 first, so you can do the opposite. So you would minus 7. And then you have 2 times Y. And so then after you minus your 7, you're going to divide both sides by 2 and then find the correct answer. Number 5, Sylvia's age is 5 years less than half of Katie's age. So, and then it says, if Sylvia is 11, what is Katie's age? So we don't know Katie's age. So Katie's age is going to be our X, right? And so we know that Sylvia's age is 11. So we could start with 11 is, so there's my equal sign. There's my X. I'm going to need more room here, so let me start over. So we know that's 11, and we know that Sylvia's age is 5 years less than, so that's a minus 5, half of Katie's age. So 1/2 times Katie's age, there's our X. So there's our equation, right? So we have Sylvia's age is 11. We have is 5 years less than 1/2 of Katie's age, and Katie's ages are unknown. And so you can either try to solve this 2-step equation, or you can take each one of these numbers, plug it in for X, okay, and then evaluate it to see which is true. Number 7, Julio bought a stereo that cost $412 and a CD storage case that cost X dollars. He paid the clerk $500 in cash and received $3 in change. Assuming there was no tax, how much did the CD storage case cost? Well, he paid in $500, right? And he spent $412, so we can subtract that. So that would give you 88, right? And then he also received $3 in change. So what are you going to do with that 3? You're going to add it, subtract it. Go ahead and decide and pick your answer. Number 8, Yolanda has $38 in a bank account. She wants to make 2 equal deposits so that her account will have a balance of $100. How much money does Yolanda need to deposit each time? Okay, so right now we have 38. We want to get to 100, and I want to make that in 2 deposits of equal. So what I would recommend is you need to figure out how much money we need to add to get to 100. So how much money do we need to add to get to $100? And then you're going to cut that into 2 payments. So you would divide that in half. So think about how you're going to do that. Number 9, for a babysitting job, Ashley charges $2.50 for bus fare plus $8 per hour for each hour she works. She charged $30.50 for her last babysitting job. So we need to write an equation. So I'm going to help you with this, and then I'm going to let you solve it on your own, right? So if she charges $2.50 for the bus fare, that's a flat rate, right? So that's not going to change. So she's just like, all right, $2.50 is what you're going to cost, plus $8 per hour. So anytime you see that per hour, that's a number that's $8 per the number of hours. So 8 times the number of hours. And then that equals, we know what she charged, which is $30.50. So there's your equation, right? Then, how many hours did she babysit for that job? Show every step. So this is a two-step equation. You're going to bring that down and you're going to solve it, right? You want to deal with the 8 hours last, so you want to move this 250 first. So think about this as positive, how you're going to move it to the other side. And then this is 8 times h, so how you're going to undo multiplication after that.